action, or anything you'd like to say?
Yeah, I know that we're in times like these where protests, riots, black men being murdered, and it's just being shown in multiple different ways. For anyone that might be watching this or hearing this, just know that there are real distinctions in our society that says that people like myself are less than other people. I mean, at one point in time, our law said that the person that's right here in this conversation was 3/5 of a man. Our laws established that. And so a call to action would be for anyone that might be hearing this is like, just recognize that our culture really matters, and it starts with what we're saying out of our mouths. What we say shapes our culture. And yeah, at one point in time, we said a bunch of things about black people that were just wrong and that violated our dignity as human beings. As a result, that culture then started predicating these actions of like lynching and segregation and things like that. And so anyone that might be watching this, you have the ability to change your culture, change the language that's around you. Start speaking well of people that might not look like you. I know oftentimes, like, I've experienced people where I might be trying to go on an elevator and they see me and stop and let me go on the elevator by myself. Mm-hmm. Or I've seen people walk by me and I walk by them and they immediately move to the other side of the street, or they grab their kids and slide over. And look, I know I'm 6'1", about 240 pounds. I'm a big boy, I know that. But it's also apparent to me that they don't know me.
There's more going on.
There's just more going on there, and the reality is, when we seek to know someone and seek to know their lives and get in the midst of their families, you start to discover things and establish something that's new, like a new culture. And so I would encourage anyone that might be hearing this, get to know somebody you don't know, be open to conversation. Culture really matters, so watch what you say and how you say it. And just acknowledge the fact that, man, look, even though someone that might be watching this may say something along the lines, well, I don't see color. Everyone's one race, the human race. And those sentiments are beautiful. And I honor those in people and respect those because I know where it's coming from, but it's just not true. Anybody that is of color, you need to notice, if you watching this, hear me on this, anybody that's of color, they see color first. So if you're white and you're watching this right now, and just know that somebody that might be black or Indian, if they see you, they're gonna automatically assume, okay, this white person might be rich, or this white person might have everything they've ever wanted, or this white person might have this or have that. And as you begin to talk about your life and who you are and what you experience, oftentimes us as a people, we get to check those boxes off and say, okay, they're not as privileged as I think, they're not as rich as I think. We reverse engineer it first in our heads before we begin to establish who we think you are. But if you don't say nothing and you just walk by, or you're not willing to be in conversation, we just assume that of white people. And I'm not saying that that's right, but I'm just saying that that's where we're at.
It is what it is.
It's just where we're at. Yeah. So anybody watching this, man, I want to encourage you, please quit saying the phrase that I don't see color. That minimizes the experience of your friends or family members that might be of color, because even though you may not see it, they do, and that's a fact. And probably one more thing I would throw out there is examine yourself, your heart. Ask yourself the questions like, have I played into the narrative of the oppression of people of color or black people? Or have I made decisions or choices that only benefited me and didn't consider the interests of the other? Those kind of conversations and that kind of thinking within yourself can help you move to a place where you establish a better culture and do better for the ones that are around. Right. So I know that that's been a benefit to me, that when people have assumed the best of me instead of assuming the worst of me, that has empowered me with so much joy and made me feel like I belong. So I just want to encourage anyone watching that that's a part of my story, is that the people that have assumed the best in me was what led me to even making better decisions. So yeah, I would encourage that.
I love that, and this is why I started this series. Is I want to keep myself in check, and how better to do that than to talk to other people.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
Everybody has a different experience from mine. Each person has a different experience.
Right.
So how to better do that and just have conversations with other people.
Yeah.
So, and if it benefits other people coming along the way and teaches them as well as teaches me,
Yeah.
bonus.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. That's the. I mean, and that's not easy. That's not easy to do. But that's lifelong work to be able to say, man, I'm just going to continue to put myself in uncomfortable situations. I mean, that's not what even we were told and programmed to do. We were told to build your own life, build your own family, amass your own wealth. Be comfortable and build your thing. Boom. We've never been told to say, hey, let's bring that random person into this. We've never been told that. And when we do that, we end up being like, yo, this feels weird and awkward. And it just shouldn't be. And we should be more of a people that says, let's all do this together. Let's be more communal. Let's grab every Indian person we know. Let's grab every Asian person we know and make something new. That's what we get to do right here in this space called life, is that we get to create something new. Why don't we just do it?
Right. I love it.
So.
Well, thanks so much, Moses.
Yeah. I'm grateful. Thank you.
I'm also honored that you would do this and take time out of your schedule, your family's schedule.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I'm grateful to be here. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.